It's time to go around the entire NFL and dip into some gridiron gravy.
Dip into it.
And let's start with all of the coaching changes. If you missed it, Sean McDermott out. He has been fired. Jordan Phillips posted on Instagram, "This S here is so stupid, honestly sickening. The best coach I've ever been around."
Oh, that can't be good.
Do you think the alternate would be don't give up 33 points?
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
That's what Sean Sharif said.
I wonder what that does. It always is the big question when you make a change at the top, what it does in the locker room. Because what's ultimately going to happen is guys that were getting a pass before now have to get back on their P's and Q's, and which you probably always should be there. But some people let it slide, and they're like, "Oh crap, I got to really impress this boss or whatever." That's going to happen in that locker room. Are you going to see a guy? Are they going to bring in a guy that demands turnover or says, "I can fix the group you have"? That's the next phase. But that a bunch of those guys aren't going to love playing for somebody else.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure how that is going to play out. The Chiefs have requested permission to interview Eric Bieniemy for their offensive coordinator. So you remember the thought was Eric Bieniemy was going to go out into the world and hopefully do enough to get a head coaching job. That has not happened, and so now he might end up back where he started, well, back where he was with the Chiefs. Let's talk about Atlanta. They hired Kevin Stefanski as their new head coach, with the thought being if we can get you out of that vortex of terribleness that is the Cleveland Browns, maybe we can change things. But perhaps even more important for the purposes of the Cowboys fandom out there, because of this, Jeff Ulbrich is staying on as Falcons defensive coordinator. I know that was one of the hot names that a lot of folks around here wanted to see the Cowboys pick up as their next DC. That will not happen. John Harbaugh officially agreed to a 5-year deal with the New York Giants. I saw some people saying, do you think he wish he would have waited now for that Bills job? I do not know why the Bills would have hired John Harbaugh, because the whole reason he got fired with the Ravens was he couldn't get him over the hump. Right?
And so he's an over-the-hump guy. The Giants are a program that, needed somebody with this kind of voice, some stability. They don't have any stability. So in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, he does not fit what the Bills are. Now, the thing about the Bills is, I don't know a coach that really does fit that at the moment that's available. All the coaches that are out there lost their jobs because they couldn't get over the hump.
That is...
Or they ran out of favor with ownership or GM or whatever.
That is an interesting question. By the way, speaking of the Bills, their owner said we need a new structure to get to the next level. But at the same time, Mike Florio has an article up where one NFL coach said that the league currently has, quote, the worst collective of 32 owners in league history. And that's what's led to the 10 open positions. I realize some have been filled now, but there were 10 different coaches from this past season to next season.
Do you agree with that? In that, basically what that ownership is saying, what we're saying about that is their impatience, the fact that they don't actually provide for the coaches the things that they need. They'll be like, look, you're just mad. You're wave your magic wand. Everything will be fine. You're like, but I need this in the draft and this, and I need this kind of capital, and you're not providing it for me.
Yeah, it's tough to say because there's at least 3 different primary reasons for a lot of these coaches getting fired.
Yes,
but
coaching, players, and ownership.
Well, yes, but that is not what I meant. I meant 3 different ideals. But it does look bad for the league when there's 10 positions that were open. It does make it look like people have no idea what the F they're doing.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, Mike McCarthy is a candidate to be the next Steelers coach.
He's done that before.
Yeah.
He's as in coach before.
Now, where is he from? Has he ever mentioned that?
I think his family had a bar in Pennsylvania.
Oh, has he ever mentioned that before?
Not sure. I'm not sure if he has or not.
Well, This might be
He's
a
a big
shot.
Pittsburgh guy.
Oh,
yeah,
you
actually,
don't say.
I just Googled it. There's lots of.
You don't say. So he is going to. He's a candidate, at least, for the Steelers position. By the way, the Packers did bring back Matt LaFleur on a multi-year deal. I really did wonder if when they were like, oh, yeah, no, we're going to totally try to work it out, if that was just something they were saying or if they really meant it. Well, it appears as though they do because he signed a multi-year contract extension. We'll see how that works out for the Packers. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers, depending on who you listen to, because you will see some articles floating out there that say a reunion is unlikely, but there are multiple sources saying that the Steelers are open to an Aaron Rodgers return, as players were really high on the on-field and locker room presence that Aaron Rodgers brought to the team.
Dude, when I heard Omar Khan told Ryan Clark, you know who you'd really like to have played with? Aaron Rodgers. And Ryan Clark was like, you can see his face. Really? And then
he also
said,
thought C.J. Stroud was doing awesome.
Yeah, this happens. But and then he went on and it was like, yeah, Omar Khan said all these great things about a person that they thought they knew everything about him. And then he gets there and he's a different kind of thing. That's great. Physically, he can't do it. So all the great person things is cool.
I'm with you.
Coachy, not play-y.
And in case you were curious or you wanted to plan accordingly, Green Day is going to open the 60th Super Bowl with the anniversary ceremony that celebrates generations of MVPs. They will be there to play that.
You think they'll play American Idiot?
Probably.
Okay. What about the whole Dookie album?
Yeah.
When I Come Around?
I mean, that's when they were the most popular, right?
I don't know. Dookie was great. Like, Dookie was the one where they hit the scene on a big scale with that. That American Idiot album got a freaking musical in Broadway.
Did it really?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, I don't think
it took
I knew
it
that.
to another level.
Okay, well, then they better. All right. Now let's go all the way back around to Buffalo. So obviously Sean McDermott, now we know he lost his job. I wonder if they told him, like, hey, you better make the effing Super Bowl or you're going to lose your job. He was talking about the interception, no interception in question. That play is not even close. That's a catch all the way, and nobody can convince me that that ball is not caught and in possession of Buffalo. Then after the game, he called a reporter to further discuss how BS this was. And then, you know who weighed in about it? Our buddy, Lindy Ruff.
Okay.
Lindy Ruff talked about this scenario compared to the Buffalo Sabres Dallas Stars Game 6 of the 1999 Stanley Cup, and he said, I wanted Bettman to answer why there was no review. He almost turned his back on me. There was no answer, no review. It was as if he knew it was tainted. That was the worst case scenario. This was the worst nightmare.
You had 9.5 periods of hockey to play that, it feels like, all right? Somebody had to win. They were just happy that somebody got one in the net. I like you, Lindy.
You realize that was almost 27 years ago?
That was the year I graduated high school.
Yeah, if you want to feel old today, that was almost 27 years ago.
I've gotten married since then.
Hey, and had kids and everything like that?
Yeah, that happened too.
Good job. By the way, the Broncos signed Ben DiNucci to the practice squad, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but my new dream in life is for Ben DiNucci to be thrust into a position where he has to play and win Super Bowl MVP. And when he gets the trophy, he puts on a hat that has Super Bowl upside down and backwards. And Mike just loses his mind.
No, even better. He puts on the Denver Scramble hat that Mike created. And they're like, Mike, he's like, yeah, I came up with this design because a radio host in Dallas.
Do you remember? It was for like at least 2 days straight. He would just draw that picture, and we'd be talking about like the stars. He'd be like, "Look, everybody, it's a Denver Scramble." And we're like, "We're not even talking about that."
We've been talking about the Mavericks for 2 segments now.
Oh, good times.
I want nothing more than that than Ben DiNucci
Me too.
to win the Super Bowl.
Me too.